everyone, this is not a typical video. You usually see me in my studio, but I had to go to court today to check on some paperwork for a client, so I figured I'd take you along with me. I'm actually at Surrogate's Court, 2 Johnson Street. Can you see? And it's a probate case. One of my clients passed away with a will, so I was probating the will on behalf of the family to make sure the assets are divided as per the client's wishes who passed away. So I submitted the paperwork back in a while ago, in 2021, when the client died. So I was checking to make sure everything was in order. That's why I'm down here, as well as to see if there's anything I need to submit, because it's been a while. And the letters of administration papers, the daughter who would be the executor, we're waiting to receive that from the courts. I was wondering if the judge had signed it, or at what point he or she will sign it. So that's why I'm down here. Yeah, so this is downtown Brooklyn, as you could see. You could see very quiet, very still. The courts don't open till 9, and I'm a little early. I'm not wearing a suit, if you're wondering. I'm not going before the judge, so I don't necessarily need to wear a suit, but I'm still dressed formally, but not with a suit jacket. That's also very important. Like, when you're going before the judge, you always have to have a jacket on, a blazer. And some judges even prefer that women wear skirts. Very old school. But so here I am, downtown Brooklyn. Let me give you some more views of what it looks like. If you can hear me okay, I'm trying out this mic outside. I don't know how well it works, but there's not loud noises, but bankruptcy court. Hopefully no one ever has to experience bankruptcy. This is civil court, I believe. Yeah. So as you can see, it's empty. I thought people went back to work, but this area is usually packed. Hundreds of thousands of people going to work. This is significantly less, and it's a farmer's market. It's Monday through Thursday. So just so you get some insight on this. People come and sit out here to have lunch, or have their coffee when they're having a break. Like all the civil servants come out here and take a break. It's a nice area to just relax. So it's 9 a.m., so the court should be open now. I mentioned earlier that some judges prefer that the women in their courtroom wear skirts, and I wanted to speak more about it because it's extremely sexist, and I've personally had first-hand experience with this. The judges will adjourn the case if the woman attorney is not wearing a skirt. And that's just one of the ridiculous sexist things that women have to go through, being attorneys and working in a male-dominated field. I understand formality and respect before the court, but wearing a skirt, it's so one-sided and biased, and women we go through so many hormonal changes. Our weights fluctuate. Like our wardrobe is so has to be so vast because of all of the things that we go through as women in terms of our weight fluctuating based on we may have a baby, lose weight, we may have like a tragedy in the family, so our clothes won't fit us the same. Whereas men, for the most part, they just put on their pants and they can have the same pants for 20 years. A lot of women are not fortunate. So there's those sorts of like nuances that women go through, especially in like very conservative fields that are just not spoken about. That like, oh, I have to put on this suit and this skirt is so tight and I just really wish I could put on a pair of pants because I just gave birth 3 months ago. Things like that. It's something to consider. And I thought I would speak on it because we're humans too. Although we're attorneys, we're humans too. So we go through all the trials and tribulations that anyone else goes through. We have babies, we have divorces, we have breakups, all sorts of things. But sometimes people think attorneys are like, they're pedestalized. But we're humans. We go through everything everyone else is going through. So court is open now, as you could see. With attorneys, we go through a special entrance that we don't have to go through the metal detectors. So I came here, and this is what they tell me. So I gotta go back. The button doesn't work. New York is ghetto. So I checked the system. I have a copy of the will, so they sent me to another room, 210. This is 209. Now I'm nervous if they don't have a copy of the will that I FedExed to them months ago. Okay, let me check it. Now I'm back to checking. This is where you sit and they ignore you. Hopefully someone will come down with me. They literally sit and ignore you. You could be here. They don't say good morning. They don't say, how can I help you? You sit here and you wait. And you dare not approach them because then they'll really make you wait. So you're at their mercy. So that's what I'm doing now. Just waiting. Waiting and waiting and waiting. They have a sign-in sheet. So I signed in. That's it. And if you call, they don't answer the phone, so you have to come in person. This is why I do not want to practice litigation and deal with court systems. But I took this case as a favor. And it will hopefully be my last dealing with administrative systems. So, I have good news. They have all the paperwork. They have the will that gave me almost an anxiety attack. They have all the paperwork. They have the will. They're just behind. They still are sorting mail because everything was electronically filed. And I sent this back in October of 2021. And so they're so behind. And she showed me the bins of mail that they're sorting through. And they said there's one person sorting through everything. So that's why they're behind. But they have everything. So it's just a matter of time. So hopefully in the next 2 months, and there's nothing more that is needed, we hope. So that's good news. And now I can head home and maybe upload my first vlog. My hair looks so weird. And does anyone's hair look weird in the videos? Alright, bye. So I'm back outside, and like I said, the probate clerk was very helpful. She said that they have all the paperwork, everything is in, but they need time to process it, which is a relief because I was so anxious when she told me that they couldn't find the will. I FedExed in the will back, like I said, in, I want to say August or September. They weren't allowing anyone to come into the building because of COVID, so everything had to be mailed or e-filed. And that was a requirement, so I could not hand deliver it. Previously, before the pandemic, all wills were handed in person with the death certificate and everything like that. But in this case, I was unable to do that. But I kept checking the system with everything being e-filed for months and months and months, but the will was not showing up. So that's the reason why I came down here to check the status. But everything is there, which is such a relief, and it's just a matter of time. She showed me all of the bins of mail that are backed up from like October, from November to December. There's only one woman that's able, one clerk that's able to be working on it, which is unusual because like the city didn't lay off a bunch of city workers. So why are the municipality systems failing in such a drastic way? Like, everyone was working from home. If anything, people were working harder from home than they were when they were working in the office, to keep their jobs. It was unprecedented. People were so worried about being laid off and showing that they're going above and beyond, even though they're working from home. So it's just bizarre that the mail is so backed up. Like, I know people have been working non-stop from home. Also, I had another case in Queens that was probated in less than a year, and that was during the pandemic as well. I received the administrative papers. I filed the papers in like September of 2020, and I received the letters of administration in April of 2021. So I don't know what's going on with Kings County, but this is just another example of the systems that are not working well in New York, in America as a whole, and something to be looked at, something to be examined, because this stuff is very important. This is having to do with someone's inheritance, and they did everything correctly. They had a will. There's no reason why things should be delayed when everything, all of the I's were dotted, all the T's were crossed, and they did what they were supposed to do as a responsible adult, but the system is failing them and unable to process their paperwork. And instead of hiring more people, which is what they should do, they're just like, oh, we just have a bunch of bins with mail, this is what it is. So the people at top, the mayor, comptroller, whoever, they need to hire more clerks. There's people out there who want to work. And that will alleviate most of the backlog. There's people who want to work. I don't imagine a lot of city workers left their jobs during the Great Recession because of the benefits that city employees have. I don't imagine there was a huge amount of people who walked away. So with that being the case, there's a lot of people out there who want to work, who would like a stable city job, paying them an annual salary with good benefits, with good vacation, with good pension. So it's up to the city to make the city. If they don't want to fail, if the city doesn't want to fail, they need to inject resources into their infrastructure. Because there are other places, you submit a will, 6 months maybe, you get the letters of administration, so people can move on with their lives. So now I'm going to Trader Joe's to pick up snacks. Trader Joe's is one of my favorite supermarkets. So now I'm on my way there, as you can see. Hope you can hear me with all the noise.
Trader Joe's.